Well, good evening. This is Jonesy again, and this is Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. And I just wanted to share my experiences from today at work. And one of the things I felt very strong about was that I was going to have a great day, which I did. And how it came about is that I was basically expressing patience by the way I handle situations that arise in the airport as I take passengers to and from the aircrafts. Some of them can be very impatient because they don't want to miss their flights. And unfortunately, what I have to try to make them understand is that what I'm doing is a courtesy from the company I'm working for to get you to um, your gate where your plane is going to be leaving from because you happen to be disabled or handicapped. Well, because this airport is extremely large and we are working short staffed, you find that you will need extra time really to be able to get the service. And what happens because the gates are extremely far. I walk at least 16 miles a day, and it's not as easy as just walking. You're pushing someone. It varies from light to heavy, whoever the person might be. It so happens that the flooring there, some of it is carpeting, and we do have inclines where it can be extremely strenuous. Well, one of the things is that I believe they inform the passengers that they can come 2 hours early, but it's unrealistic, especially when you're working short staff, because the airport I'm working in is basically a tourist destination for the city. So you have millions of people that come in and out every weekend, every day, basically. So you'll find that many people want to use the service, and because the gates are far. Some of them actually don't really have a handicap situation, they just don't want to walk. I have observed that. So what happens many times, they end up having to wait, maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half, possibly a little bit longer. So they get disgruntled and are upset because they feel they're going to miss their flights and they might have to pay for another flight. But one of the things I have to share is that, when you are working short staff and the distance, we have to go through security, get bags checked. Then once we get to the gate and drop them off, we have to sometimes bring passengers off the plane and take them to their destinations, which could be to a taxi or to Uber or Lyft, to the baggage claim, to a variety of areas. And that takes time. So you find that they don't know exactly the workings and the length of time it takes one individual to do this work back and forth. Well, I needed to develop patience because they can be very, very brutal and not understanding the situation. So after, learning about patience through Dr. Charles Stanley and expressing it, developing patience and expressing it, I found that my days are so much better because now it says that sometimes it's better to say nothing. At times, you do have to speak up, but the Holy Spirit within us will be able to guide us and when we need to speak up or when we need to be silent. And patience is something that an attribute that one has to display or express in many, many areas, whether it's with your family, whether it's with on the job or the people that you work with, the employees you work with. Some of these situations can be extremely volatile and upsetting, but how you handle it will determine in the end the conclusion. So, in expressing it, I found that I've come out ahead. I'm so much more peaceful internally. I'm satisfied with, I'm going to do better, but I'm satisfied with how I've been handling it, because it's trial every day, because you don't know who or when or where you're going to get a situation. And I've sometimes decided just don't say anything, just leave it alone. That peace inside I have by not saying anything seems to be extremely doing a great job inside. And I wanted to share this with you all because this is something that you will have to do yourself. Please look up Dr. Charles Stanley and put in patience on the YouTube. And there are different segments. There's 4 segments. The essential of patience and the expressing and developing and these type of things. So please look it up, because you'll find that you'll be able to use many of the characteristics or methods that he has placed in this video. And it's about kindness, caring, loving, giving. What do you call it? The other one is expressing your love, praying for others, and those attributes, those characteristics are very, very much like Jesus Christ. So we are trying to be more like Jesus Christ, basically. And you'll find that the more that you act like this or you express yourself like this, you'll find that people will start realizing and recognizing that, that you're different, and as far as when they observe you and how you handle situations. So I had to share this with you again to let you know that my days are very, very good. This is the happiest I've ever been, because this is like winning a spiritual lottery, because now I have peace inside. You have no idea. I have a lot of peace inside, and it gives me great pleasure to share this with many of the individuals, the passengers, as I am taking them back and forth from the aircrafts. So please, try to follow Dr. Charles Stanley if you get a chance on the YouTube. And I will connect with you. I just finished doing my exercises. I'm drinking lemon water. These are one of the things I try to share in my videos also, as far as when I've done 30 minutes of exercise, and I was listening to the videos concerning patience. So now I'm finished. I'll be drinking this lemon water, so it cleanses the internal parts of my body and hydrates it, and then I get the nutrients from the lemon and the honey, as far as vitamin C and so on. So look, have a good night, and please, I'll check with me again, and I will have more videos coming.